What's up guys, my name is Cheerleader and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here in the goth community on YouTube for the last few years or so, you've probably seen the 10 Un-goth confessions tag floating around. Well, I thought I'd contribute to the tag with my own 10 Un-goth confessions. I thought it'd be fun, and I really like this tag because you can be goth and like non-goth things. You can be goth and not dress goth. You can not decorate your house goth. I mean, like my studio, aside from like maybe this backdrop, is very pastel and pink, and if you follow me on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. If you like horror, zombies, and dark themes, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now let's get started, shall we? Number 1. I actually really like cute stuff. I mean, if you follow me on TikTok and you've seen my studio, you already know. I love the color pastel pink. I absolutely adore the color. My favorite color though is Aqua, which is the color of my studio walls. Specifically the shade Cyan. I even have the Starbucks cat claw cup, which I saw everywhere on TikTok in like the gamer girl hashtag, which is where I got the idea to do a kawaii goth studio game room type thing. I really just in general like to unleash the cute stuff in my studio. I mean, if you see the rest of like my bedroom, my bathroom, the rest of my area of the house that I live in, it's nothing like what's in here. I mean, it's a little bit like it, but like there's a lot more creepy stuff, a lot more Halloween stuff. In here I just unleash like my love for pastel pink and other cutesy stuff, and it's also where I have my anime collection. Number 2, I used to be a cheerleader. Not in high school or anything. I was actually part of a little league group when I was about in second, third, fourth grade. I think it was 3rd or 4th grade because I was part of like the older, like one of the last 2 groups that was like the oldest groups that you could have. Like I think I was like team C. Because like, I think team B and A were like the oldest, and then like team D were like the youngest, team D and E. But like actually on my birthday, which is Halloween, I actually won one of our cheerleading competitions, which first place. I was so happy. I still have it displayed, I think, on my mantle in my living room. It's like one of the only physical trophies that I have. Aside from my spelling bee trophy, I do have one of those. I was very proud of myself. Number 3, I prefer to do a lot more subtle makeup looks than I do like dramatic traditional goth makeup. It's not because I don't like traditional makeup looks, because I do. Like, I love the trad goth looks, like the dramatic eyeliner, the dramatic lips. I love that. I want to be able to do that. But I have a fear of doing that. I have a fear of like overlining my lips. Eyeliner scares me. Because I've never been good with eyeliner, and I know practice makes perfect, but it's just, it's really intimidating. So I don't know if this technically counts as Un-goth, because once again you can have more subtle normie makeup and still be goth. Traditional makeup still be goth. But for me, I want to go all out, but I don't, because I just like, one, I kind of fear it, and 2, I'm also really lazy when it comes to my makeup. Like today, I was going to do black lips today, but I decided against it and just slapped a pink gloss on and, you know, called my eyeshadow good. So, I also low-key really dread the maintenance of the more dramatic looks. Like I said, I'm very lazy when it comes to my makeup, and which is why I try to get like products that will last hours upon hours on end. And the products that I'm using right now, they actually last pretty, I think like the maximum hours that they last me is like 14 hours, and I don't wear makeup for more than like maybe 8 hours a day. So I actually really enjoy it. But like the thought of like having all the dramatic makeup and having to like go into like a bathroom or stop and check in a mirror, make sure that everything's okay, that is like way too much for me, way too overwhelming, if you know what I mean. Number 4, I listen to a lot of non-goth music, and a lot of it is still alternative. I just have a thing for alternative music, like punk, metal, screamo, that kind of stuff. But I also like listening to pop music, but only early 2000s. And then I also like have a love for 80s music, and when I say that, I don't mean just the goth 80s music. Love that. But my mom absolutely adored, she grew up in the 80s. And she regularly listens to 80s music today, so I've kind of adopted her love for like other types of 80s music. Once again, just as a reminder, just because you don't look goth or you don't solely listen to gothic music doesn't mean that you are any less goth. I want to clarify that. You could listen to country while listening to goth music and still be goth. We don't gatekeep here. At least we shouldn't gatekeep. Number 5, I own a dog. I don't know if this technically counts. I feel like the goth cliche for pets is like cats, reptiles, spiders. You get my gist there. But no, I own a very loud and very proud 130-pound German Shepherd that is my pride and joy. And he is very loud and very proud. Number 6, I didn't dress goth until my senior year of high school. Once again, you do not have to dress goth to be goth. I have been goth since about 8th grade, 9th grade year. I'm still going to count it as an un-goth confession though, especially because I had people who were confused that I didn't dress goth, even though I listened to a lot of goth music and I talked about the goth subculture a lot. So it was weird to people that I didn't dress goth rather than I did. So I mean, yeah, that was a thing. Number 7, I actually really like reality TV. While I absolutely adore shows like The Walking Dead, mostly because I'm obsessed with zombies, hence Zombie Monday and, you know, me trying to publish a book about zombies, I really love the drama of reality TV. I find it entertaining and kind of funny. Number 8, Aqua is my favorite color. I did mention it was my favorite color a bit earlier, but a lot of people when they first meet me, they see me dressed usually in all black or black and grays, they automatically assume that my favorite color must be black. That is not true. Number 9, I have never been to a Gothic meetup or a festival. This is mostly due to COVID-19 and, you know, me not being able to travel because we couldn't travel during quarantine, and even now I'm kind of like, autoimmune disease, I don't know if I want to take that risk quite yet. But overall, I just haven't had the opportunity to go to any of these events yet. And I'm hopeful that once everything settles down completely with COVID and everything stops being crazy and I feel a lot more comfortable about going to events and traveling and stuff like that, I'll finally have the opportunity to do some of that, because I've seen like vlogs of like really cool goth festivals around the world and I want to go so bad. And I can't because COVID. I turned 18 right at the start of COVID, which was it was like right before COVID, but like only like 2 months. But I'm hopeful that once everything with COVID settles down and I'm comfortable taking my immune deficient body out into the world more, that I'll be able to go do more stuff like that. Go to goth festivals, go to like goth events and clubs and stuff like that. I would really enjoy it. Number 10. I am afraid of spiders. I find spiders wicked looking and cool, but they terrify me to my core. I'm not talking about like the small ones I can handle. It's like the bigger ones. Like where I live, we have like brown recluses. Once again, they're really cool to look at. I would not want a live one in my house. Whenever I find one, I freak out, scream, and if someone's there with me, I beg them to kill it for me because I don't want to touch it. I don't freak out too bad if it's in a place that I can get to easily, but if it's like on my ceiling, yeah, no. Someone else has to get it. I'm not touching it. Not doing it. No. That was my 10 Un-goth confessions. Remember to always be yourself, and you do not have to conform to the elitist stereotype of goth to be goth. Always keep that in mind. This can apply to other alternative subcultures as well. If you like something enough, whether it fits into your subculture or not, pursue it. If you like it and you want to do it, pursue it. No one is stopping you. That does not make you any less part of the subculture. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like button so I know that you like the content that I'm providing you, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!